Isaac did do cross his junior year. He came to the pasta parties, and I think like one of the first pasta party I ever threw was my junior year, and his parents were able to help us. Like there were some tables we needed, and Isaac's parents were one of the parents who helped out with the tables. And over time, I would give him some rides, and then by the time I got my license my senior year, I would like drop him off home because there were times where I walked home, but like Isaac lived further than me. So like, there would be days where Isaac told me and Chase where he would walk home, and like, it would worry me because like at that time I had gotten so close to Isaac, and like, it would worry Chase's parents too. And like we were like, dude, if you need a ride, like just tell us. And by the time I got my license my senior year, I was like, dude, if you need a ride, just let me know. I mean, you're not that far away from my house. But yeah, like junior year, we would be at the pasta parties. We connected instantly, and the rest is basically history. We would have gatherings at my place, and I think towards like my senior year, when the distance team got really really small, I started hosting pasta parties for distance. Like typically, it's not protocol to host pasta parties during the trap season, but I would hold pasta parties for distance only, and because it was like 12 of us basically, Baker's dozen, Baker's dozen. Baker was our coach, the head track coach at the time, and we called ourselves the Chef's Baker's dozen because like before when I was a junior, we had chef, and then we were like, okay, chef, and then we have Baker, and then Chef's Baker's dozen, because we have a dozen distance runners. But I think at the time we had about a dozen. We had like 2 more freshmen come, so we had 13 people. But usually it'd be the 13 of us. We would have a pasta party before every trap meet, and we just got closer. And like the friend group that we have from high school, it's like we talk about with our friends, and like they're like I'm with the Aurora guys, I'm with the North Central guys, but like the group we have, we're not able to replicate that. And like when I heard that from the people in our group, I was like, man, that really hits home because once we graduated from high school senior year, I think I had you in civics class or something like that, right? With Jack.
That was
senior year.
Was that you? Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
But I had one class with this guy, but like I did some reflecting in high school, and I'm like, out of all the people I still talk to today, like, and I did some reflecting after 4 years have gone by, Isaac is the only friend that I've kept from high school, and the only friend that I still talk to and developed a close bond with. And like it's really like it's really amazing that like you can start off a friendship where you're literally like despising one another, where you have like this animosity between one another. But it was more me because like I think he grew too as a person, but also me. Like I said, the freshman me, if he was to meet me, he would be like, man, who is this guy? Why does he act like a grumpy uncle? Why does he swear a lot? And whatnot, like, but like that was me more maturing over time, and I think the pandemic had something to do with that too. But yeah, like this guy, like he's the only friend I made that I kept throughout, and man, it's really nice being your friend, man.
Oh, right back at you, bud.
Right back at you, but
hell yeah.
I really do appreciate this guy. This guy is the man. It's like I don't know, it's how my mind works is where my mind is just blank, right? And then just, based off how I feel, then words come out, So then meeting a guy with like such a genuine heart, like it's like, even though I was talking like sophomore, freshman year, so much shit. If Alan ever gets to watch this, he knows. He's got Facebook messages to prove it. Like he was my homie. He would give me rides and all this and that, and I was just like, this is like, yeah, fuck him up, like, dude. It was a bag of shit, but it really, like, I wasn't because I was homeschooled for a while. I wasn't really used to that much like social interaction, and and meeting a guy that is like, this would probably be me if like I stayed like a homeschooler, throughout high school and everything, and it just it was so many situations where you could just like got pissed up and just got into altercations, but this guy is solid. He really thinks behind the picture on what's actually going on. And with me being me, I'm like I never have I really don't have a negative connotation to too many people. It's just like words coming out of my mouth, and for freaking Jeet, he's like I think he grew to like understand that as well, maybe, hopefully. And then and especially in junior year, he was talking about this guy was the water boy. He'd bring out a big old gallon of water, and just carry it everywhere. And he would tell me about how his diet was and all this and that. I'm like, you know what? Let's try it. And so I did that. I was it was like a lot of creatine. It was like I would do my own version of intermittent fasting, and so I would because I need calories. I'm a skinny guy. I would have like a microwaved egg, English muffin with egg in it, and at like 10:30, and then eat lunch, and then not eat anything until like 9. And so yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, so then but the problem was with that is that the reason I was walking home a lot is that it's not like the family's broke or anything. They're just very stingy. And so me growing up is always a struggle for food. So we would have like locks on the fridge, and it was like we go to the Old Country Buffet back in the day, and he's like, all right, you're not eating. He's like, you're eating here, you're not eating anything else. I was like, all right. So then got that doing that, and then it was me going to the gym like four or 5 times a day. If we're doing track lifting, it'll be the 5, and then take a Saturday, Sunday off, obviously, because I need a rest. But it was really hard because I wasn't really getting the calories, and I wanted to be healthy at the same time, and and so not the highest point in the lifetime, but I would walk home because Jewel was on the way. I didn't have a job because I was gonna go in the military, and it was I before I would I don't know, dumpster dive, because with grocery stores, they throw out expired food like the day of. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of free shit. And I'm not chasing after the milk or anything like that. I'm getting, and then it graduated into okay, I was so ballsy with shoplifting. I would go in through the back way.
Yo, be careful.
Be
careful what you say, bro.
Oh no, already got caught for that. I already got caught, and that's why I didn't do it again. But
we don't what's it called? I'm gonna make sure that people know that we don't promote this.
We don't promote it. Don't do it.
This is a good thing, but I don't want to.
This is not a good thing.
Yeah, it's not the
this was
best.
Back in the adolescence, we were in a stage, and
No, but I really needed it to survive, though. That's what my mentality was, because I wasn't. I needed food. But yeah, I'll go in through the back, grab a grocery bag, pick out what I wanted. Left out the door. and it was like working for so long, and it was like, what? Why is this so easy, right? And then there
People
was,
don't look for that shit. It's like,
and
okay.
then there was this one time, I don't know why, I think this is one time I got kicked out for 3 days. I was living, or not living, I was sleeping at, it was like the library dumpster. So it was like a little fence area, you know, the part. Yeah, I would sleep in there because, you know, everything's clean there. It's not like there's a stench. And, you know, it was gated off. And I would sleep there for 3 days. And I would just go to Jewel and grab what I wanted and, you know, come back in my little hidey hole. And but, yeah, the thing, what ended it was I came in there, I got some food. It was like probably like $20 worth, and then I was like, I don't know. It was like the weirdest calling in the world is like, this will go great with chocolate milk. And so I'm already with the bag with the stuff, like heading out the door. I busted you all the way back into the store, grabbed the chocolate milk, go walking back, and then there's this lady following me. I'm like, right? So I bust down the soda aisle where there's nobody there. She see, you know, following me. I'm like, yeah, right. And then so I start like doing a little jog, and then she's like, hey, can I see your receipt? Like as soon as I get to the door, I'm like, yeah, about that. I think I threw it out. Yeah. So then, you know, it was like, oh yeah, you're banned here for a year or something like that. And I'm like, all right. And then, you know, I came in back the next day. I need food, but I actually paid for it. But, you know, it's yeah. Ever since then, it's like it's like I learned to like just not. There's so much opportunity to make money, and you know, even if without a degree or anything like that, it's just out there. You know, and you can take it if you want. You just gotta you gotta learn. But Jesus, that was that was the lowest point. And you know, walking home 4 hours, and you know, I was going to church at the same time, so going to the church down the street, Poplar, and you know, because and then I would just just fuck myself until they opened because, you know, I'm hungry, you know. But this guy over here is like, whenever there was like, you know, at a meet or something, he's got extra food, you know, he's always the first one to give, you know. That's cool. And this guy is amazing. And you know, I do owe a lot to this guy right here because, you know, honestly, because I stopped stealing and everything, I was just hungry all the time. You know, you really kept me alive.
Zaran, I mean, I had no idea that was the case, and
Did you just learn right now?
I mean, the sleeping on the dumpster. That's just right now.
Not in the dumpster. It was like an enclosed area.
Yeah, I mean that's new. I knew he was always walking home. I knew like there was some bad times in it as adolescence, but man, like that's I mean, almost like kind of cracked in the heart, like, you know, the fact that, like, you know, like, I mean, that's I didn't know the podcast would get this deep, but man, I didn't know about that. But